minutes of your day, the Bryan Bulaga Homer Hour. Family night has occurred again, which says nothing about the Packers as a team, but emphasizes the Green Bay Packer fans have to be the best fans in the world. I think if they just walked around, you could sell out Lambeau Field. Just don't even play. Just have them walk around, and the place would still be packed. I don't, and again, I don't think there's another team in professional sports that can get a sold-out crowd for an event as insignificant as that practice. But I will defer to the doctor of football, though I don't know that he's an expert on family night any more than I am, Bryan Bulaga.
How we doing? Doing good? Good, happy Monday?
Yes, you're going to do that even when I'm on.
Of course.
Don't be upset when I don't do it.
It's okay. I've come to expect it, but I still got to do it.
Yeah, it makes you feel better. It's the Bryan Bulaga Homer Hour. For example, on Friday, Tom Oates was on, legendary columnist, sports reporter for the Wisconsin State Journal, and I had said the day before, I will never have, and never, ever will use the word physicality. I don't even think it's a word. Not only that, it's bad because people were physical and tough for 100 years, and there's no need to change it to a longer word that doesn't make any sense to me. And yet he used physicality, and someone complained. I said, well, I can't demand the co-host of the show. They can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
I just said I'm not going to do it. I'd probably be a little tougher on a caller. There's another one other than physicality. They do another cality one. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what, but when I hear it,
there's a lot of football talk. There's a lot of
And your entire
talk.
career, I believe you never heard it once.
What, physicality?
Yes.
Oh yeah, no, we heard it.
Did you? It existed back then.
Oh yeah, it gets said in the building a bunch.
Oh, okay.
It does. It exists. It's real.
Okay.
But to family night, yeah, I mean, it does symbolize how strong the fan base is of the Green Bay Packers. Because, I mean, it is a practice, right? It's a glorified practice with fireworks at the end. And it's for me, why I enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it for our fans. Obviously, the families of the guys.
You enjoyed it as a player?
No,
Oh.
not the practice part of it, but the afterwards, right? The fireworks, and you got your family on the field. But for the fans' point of view, right? From the fans' standpoint, it's not easy to get Green Bay Packers tickets. It's not cheap to get Green Bay Packers tickets. So this could be a time where people come and they get to go into Lambeau and they get to experience seeing the Green Bay Packers in there, right? Like, and to me, that's pretty cool.
Is it? I don't even know. Is it free or do they charge you?
I think they charge you. I think it's. I don't know how much. I really don't. I think it's maybe. I don't know. I don't want to butcher it.
All right. Well, someone in the institute will call in or put it on Twitter.
I don't know what it costs, but it's a good opportunity, and you could tell the people that go are enjoying themselves. They have fun with it. It is a good atmosphere, right? And guys do a good job entertaining.
Fine. $10.
Okay, $10. So that's pretty good, right? So, it's a good experience for the crowd, and the crowd's really into it, and it's a very glorified practice. I don't like family night, and I don't think I have to explain it. It's because I blew up my ACL in 2013 in family night. And so I don't have to explain too much more why I don't like family night. I just have a bad history with family night.
That was just being unlucky.
Well, doesn't matter.
Just what I'm saying. You didn't have an injury or that you had no idea that it was coming. It wasn't like you'd been suffering from a knee injury, right? This just came out of nowhere.
Yep, essentially. And the wild part about that is I tore my ACL on the first drive of that family night scrimmage, and I went on and did about 30 more plays. I just thought, oh, I might have sprained my knee. I just kept going. I had no idea. Next morning is when I woke up and I was like, all right, something's a little bit off here. But regardless,
Well, no, we
that's
can't do it regardless. Explain that.
yeah,
I'm not a doctor. Most of the people listening are a doctor. My entire life, when somebody had a major knee injury, you knew it when it occurred, and that didn't clearly has changed, and not just with yours, but in other knee injuries.
yeah.
It if it doesn't hurt for
Oh, it
30
hurt.
plays,
Yeah,
I just want to let you know, if I was a doctor, I'd say, you're fine. How do I know? You played 30 plays. It can't be. If you got a knee injury that's bad, you're not going to play one play. But
Yeah, I mean, but it was weird. It hurt, but I just thought it was a sprain of something else, because I always thought in my mind, if you tear something bad in there, you're not gonna be able to walk, right? Like that was my thought process, and I finished out what I was scheduled to do. And they wanted to do one more drive with the ones, and I came off and I went over to Doc McKenzie and I was like, hey man, there's something, my knee that I got landed on in the first drive. And he's like, well, you played the rest of it, but he goes, we'll just shut you down. So I didn't go out and do that last one. But regardless, like, I didn't really know until the next morning when I got out of bed, and it was very, we'll just say, unstable, so to speak. I didn't really know.
had you ever experienced anything like that before?
No, no, just absolutely wild, right? I mean, I went to bed going, all right, I probably sprained like an LCL, or I did something. I'll go get a scan on it tomorrow, probably sit out, 4 or 5 days, let it recover, and we'll be fine. Like, no big deal.
Had anybody on the team in previous years or whatever, anybody you'd played with, experienced this to where you had to give it some thought that maybe it's a lot worse than I think?
I'm trying to think back of guys that might have something happened and they fit like
Like the
well,
first time it happened, I'd ask it, you would go like, what do you mean? Your knee can't be. You can't be out that long. I saw you after the play. You were
well,
okay.
that's what I'm saying. When I got the
Right,
diagnosis,
but
I was absolutely shocked.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
I
the
was-
first time it occurred to somebody else, maybe you don't remember it or somebody else does it.
Yeah,
This is
I'm trying to-
weird because
Yeah, I'm
I
trying to-
can only tell you, I don't know when it started, but every major knee surgery I ever remember watching in any sport, it was serious from the first initial injury. But
Well, I
I
mean,
don't know what's changed.
but see, that's the difference. I mean, when I tore my other one in 2017, I knew it right away. Like, I felt it pop, and I walked off the field. The drive was still going on, and I walked off the field because I knew. I was like, there's
you
no
knew
doubt.
because of what you had experienced before or because it was worse?
It was worse. It felt
all
worse.
right.
And I mean, and it popped. I felt it pop. So like, I just had it was a weird thing. Like, it was just how it happened. So like, just two different injuries, but that's kind of why my bugaboo with family night is the way it is, right? My biggest thing is that they walk out of there, no one's injured. That's my biggest thing, is that no one gets hurt in family night, because it happened to me, and it sucked, and you don't want to lose someone in some. I mean, that was one of the last years that it was live tackling. I'm pretty sure Ted Thompson the next year shut down live tackling in family night, because essentially what happened is Eddie Lacy got tackled into me, and I got rolled into it, and the way my leg kind of got rolled into and buckled essentially tore it. So he put the kibosh on that.
All right,
after
fine.
that.
Family. How many other times could that have occurred in training camp in a year? How many other times?
In camp?
Yeah. Similar situation. My point being, Ted was crazy. He just didn't want this to happen on family night, when in fact the possibility of it happening is still significant because of how many times such a play occurs, like yours in training camp. That's my question.
But in camp, during regular camp, no one's tackling.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, no one's like,
Ever?
bodies. No. There's really very rarely a live period. If there is a live period, it's maybe like 3 quick goal line plays, and it's fast.
In the
So like,
entire training camp?
yeah, there's not many. Yeah,
It's
there's
not
not many.
football. Well, then I apologize. I want to apologize to the late Ted, because if you're
Yeah.
not doing it any other times, you shouldn't do it in family night. Ted, they don't care what you do. You can walk out and read a children's book, and the place is still going to be packed.
Yeah. So like that's
Man.
just I mean, listen, anyone can get hurt at any time in practice, right? But like the risk levels when guys aren't rolling and trying to tackle running
Yeah.
backs and doing it's just the risk
So
goes
how
down.
can defensive players be ready for the season?
I mean, essentially what they're doing, I mean, they're wrapping up. It's heavy thud, wrap up, but they're just not taking guys to the ground.
That's not a tackle to me. Explain to me what I'm missing. Tackling is let's go.
I get it. I understand, but I mean,
All right.
that's why they work on fundamentals.
So by wrapping up, you're ready for the regular season. Right?
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not a defensive player.
Yeah, but
right?
you
Like,
played against them, so you know. Are they as training camp changed in the first game of the year? Did it seem to have any indication on how the defensive players played, or did it just make you go home? Or it just doesn't make any difference? They play the same the first game, even if they don't tackle in training camp anymore.
Yeah, it didn't make too much of a difference
All
because, like, I mean, and this was also a time too, if you remember, where the starters would go out in preseason. We'd get reps in preseason, right? So they would be tackling. So, like, that would actually happen. Is guys would go out and they would play preseason games and they'd get their tackling reps in there, right? So, like, it's just different times now. I'm not sure if LaFleur is doing live tackling during family night. If I had to guess it, the answer is no. But again, I'm not 100% positive on that. It's just, I mean, I never noticed guys feeling like they were behind the 8 ball because there wasn't multiple live periods every practice during camp. Like,
All right.
there's part of it, right? And I understand what you're saying because it is a fundamental. It is
Well, no,
a
I'm just,
skill.
I get it now. I'm wrong. I mean, if it doesn't,
No.
if maybe some coaches feel that way, if the defensive players are ready, I would never. Why would I want them to get hurt? I'm going to take away everything. We're going to play flag football. What? Why risk any injuries unless there's a cost? If Bryan Bulaga comes up and says, "Coach, I got to let you know, we're just not ready for the season. We have to do more, whatever it is you think you need to do." Well, because literally you do almost nothing in training camp now, right? It's all mental.
Well, I mean, listen, they're practicing, right? Like, I mean, they're out there doing it. They're not live tackling. I mean, there hasn't been live tackling in practices for a long time.
All right.
Like, I mean, it's just, again, it would be every now and again there would be like a live goal line period. Like, that's like what it would be. You would have like a live goal line period because it's almost impossible to simulate a goal line period without it being tackle. But the coaches are just avoiding it. They hate seeing bodies on the ground. When bodies are on the ground, there's a chance for injuries, and they just hate to see it. They don't want to see guys' legs get tangled up and mixed up, and guys rolling into each other. It's just there's no need for it early on. And if they're going to play in preseason games, that's where you would get your tackling in, so to speak, or breaking tackling, or whatever you think you need. Now, the joint practices, there's no tackling there either. Well, maybe they do open it up. I don't know. But that's where you're going to see more of the physical play and potentially some guys going to the ground. That's where you're going to see more of it. So, yeah, that's just the way camps. Not every team's different, but that's just the way Green Bay's been doing it for a while now.
All right. Well, you learn something every day. I have to rethink. I don't. All right, the Discount Liquor Twitter poll question, because I think this is what you learned from Family Night. You know what I learned from Family Night?
Yep, let's hear it.
Jordan Morgan stinks. Doesn't mean he'll stink for life. It just means he has 0% chance of being a starter. He's not good enough. So my Discount Liquor Twitter poll, because Van Ness, he didn't show anything. He just runs through people. Well, Jordan Morgan is so weak. You've got to tell me all these different things about bounce and stuff. So weak, and you just ran him over. Well, that doesn't mean Van Ness is any better. He didn't show anything new. It just means that Jordan Morgan is nowhere close to being a starter, especially at left tackle. And so I say there is a 105% chance that Rasheed Walker is the starting left tackle for the Green Bay Packers this season. Agree or disagree? 29% disagree. What are they? How?
I mean, I would have to see the rep you're referring to and what happened. Because obviously I didn't get to watch it, right? Like, I don't know where to watch it.
I didn't watch that much. I only had to watch literally one play. And he just ran right through Jordan.
I know.
You watch that play and all right, okay, we'll get the play. But it's not, this isn't just that play. This is my view on this whole thing in the first place about Jordan Morgan. This isn't like, well, I thought he was good. It's all just made up. There's no battle. His job is to be ready to maybe play at any position. Rasheed Walker is the starter. Rasheed Walker is the starter. You'll like this. Okay, Homer, you're too far. Rasheed Walker is the starter as much as Jordan Love is the starter. Yeah, put that one up as Homer has a new poll question. Rasheed Walker is the starter in the same way that Jordan Love is the starter. Everybody's going to think I'm crazy. I'm not. I think it's that dominant. Like the backup quarterback's okay, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, but
I think he's okay. No, he's not starting over Jordan Love.
Right.
No.
And ain't nobody starting over Rasheed Walker unless there's somebody that's in the competition other than Jordan Morgan. All right, I've said all those things. We'll break, and you can respond to any or all of them because this is the Bryan Bulaga Homer Hour. His response, Bryan Bulaga, the doctor of football, next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, southbound on 43, still backed up from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. The northbound side slowing down from just before Fond du Lac Avenue up to north. After that, you're good to go all the way into Ozaukee County. We do still have a crash on 794 southbound just south of Oklahoma Avenue. The right lane is blocked with that, so that's why we've got delays stretching back past East Bay Street, so it's something to keep in mind. And 41 southbound, a slow ride from Good Hope Road down to Capitol, back on the brakes from about Watertown Plank Road all the way down through the Zoo interchange to Oklahoma Avenue. We did have an accident there. Looks like that got cleared out of the way. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, lingering smoke, partly cloudy, a low of 66 at the lake, 60 inland. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warmer, more humid, a high of 80. Weather is brought to you by The Pickler, Menominee Falls, opening August 16th with 9 indoor courts and unlimited pickleball play. Lock in your founding membership now at thepickler.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
First off, there is not one team that's on the fringe that scares me.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. Station updates, show clips, and your place to interact with us every single day just by scrolling through your feed. Follow along on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at ESPN Milwaukee.
Wow, a bomb by Yelich. Join the crew for an electric matchup when the Brewers host the Mets August 8th through the 10th. The weekend starts with a celebration at Cerveceros Night on Friday the 8th, featuring makers markets, music, and more. Then don't miss an all-new Christian Yelich bobblehead giveaway on Saturday the 9th, courtesy of American Family Insurance. Close out the series with Sunday matinee baseball and a limited edition Jacob Mizorowski t-shirt giveaway. Grab your tickets at Brewers.com.
Looking to heat up a career in HVAC? Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling in Milwaukee is now hiring HVAC installers and service technicians. Family owned and operated, Dick & Trough offers competitive wages, a 401k match, health insurance benefits, and a winning, positive team culture that sets them apart. This is more than a job. It's a chance to grow with a company that truly values its people. Apply now to become their newest team member at dickandtrough.com. Dick & Trough Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrough.com.
At Cousin Subs, the bigger your smile, the better we feel. That's why our menu features something for everyone. like our Wisconsin cheese curds, golden fries, creamy shakes, and mac and cheese, all paired with your favorite sub or our subs in a bowl. And don't forget our kids' meals, now with a free cookie. Here's to a better day. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
Dr. Aaron Holtebeck and his team at Holtebeck Eye Center make vision care a top priority. They are your premium provider for eye care and corrective eye surgeries. Dr. Holtebeck has been helping local patients with their eye care needs for over 20 years. Dr. Nausheen Abbas joined the Holtebeck Eye Center team last September, and her practice philosophy is to provide patient-centered medicine by giving all options. Located in Brookfield near the corner of Calhoun and Capitol. Learn more about their services at holtebeck.com.
I take care of my bone health, so I remain strong and active as I age. You can too. It is never too early or too late to start taking care of your bones. Bones provide support to keep you moving. Maintain bone strength at every age by getting calcium and vitamin D in your diet and exercising regularly. Get on your own path to good bone health. For bone health tips, visit pathtogoodbonehealth.org.
This is the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
It's not as good as Bryan Bulaga talking about the Packers, but Bryan Bulaga talking about Surfside. It's pretty close.
That's right. I'm here for my friends at Surfside, and summer is heating up. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Why I like Surfside so much? It just tastes cleaner than all those other drinks you see on the shelf. And there's so many great flavors, like my favorite, the half tea, half lemonade, peach tea, raspberry lemonade, and there are so many more, believe me. Find that can or bottle or the container on the shelves. You're gonna trust me on this one. You are gonna thank me. Made with real brewed tea and real vodka, Surfside's only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. Look for the can with the sunset stripe sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
And now, Bryan Bulaga, agree or disagreeing with all the things I said before the break. I don't have to repeat them because if he really thought it was bad, he'll remember it. I don't have to repeat it.
No, you don't got to repeat it. Listen, no, I mean, I don't think that Rashid is going to get beaten out. Like, I agreed with you from when we started this conversation, like, what was it, weeks back, you and I had this conversation. I agreed with you there. I think there's a reason why Rashid's been the starter there, and he's played well there for so many games, right? And, like, I don't see a reason why all of a sudden this camp he would, like, fall off or he wouldn't be as good or something like that, or he wouldn't improve, right? Like, I mean, obviously he's in year 4, so he's just going to continue to improve as a player and get more confident. So, like, I agree. I don't see a way that Rashid doesn't win this competition. But at the same time, like, I didn't watch the family night, so I don't know how Jordan Morgan did. I don't even have the film to watch it. I don't think I can get the film to watch it. I have no idea. But I won't do this. All right, and I know you're going to get mad at me. I won't.
I've never, and will never get mad at you. Just so you know.
I'm just going to say I won't judge Jordan Morgan off like a play that potentially he got, someone got the best of him in a rep.
All right,
now,
I want to emphasize before you finish. I've never been impressed with anything he's done at any point.
Okay.
And I understand he's a first-round pick, and it's too early to judge. There's clearly something they liked about him.
Yeah, 100%. And so, like, I just want to say this too, right? Like, so for everyone that may say, well, if it's not a tackle, he can push Sean Ryan at guard. If strength is the issue, right? If he's struggling with his anchor at this point in time out at tackle,
I got to write that down. That's exactly what I believe. Struggling with his anchor, which is probably the most important thing to play the position, right? Your anchor?
Yeah. Yes, you need to be able, because, like, tackles get caught in weird positions all the time, right? Like we get caught in funky positions. Our feet are sometimes out of whack. Our hands are out of whack. And it's how you're able to like sit and anchor down and readjust your hands to fit back in the block to finish it, to catch yourself, to catch the DN. Like there's always a point in time in a game where you're just, the DN's going to have your number and you got to be able to adjust and sit down and take on power and adjust to it. So if you're struggling with your anchor, kicking inside the guard against bigger, heavier guys, you're also going to have a difficult time, right? I mean, because it just is
more
what it is.
difficult, shouldn't it? Wouldn't it be, or is that not?
Yes. Well, it's in shorter space. So if you're an aggressive setter like TJ Lang, TJ was strong, so I'm not even saying TJ had a bad anchor, but TJ was a jump setter. So TJ would get on defensive tackles like immediately, like he'd be on them like now. He didn't give them time to like get 2-3 yards of steam to run into them. If he did, he had a good anchor regardless, but like TJ was an aggressive setter. So if like, say Jordan Morgan was an aggressive jump setter at guard, he can maybe play around that in some time, but you can't do that all the time because you got to protect Zach Tom if there's games and stunts and twists, and depending on what the protection is, you got to play the game with your tackle. You got to be able to be on the same page with him. And Zach Tom is he's not a vertical setter, but he gains a lot of width. So if you jump set as a guard and you're going up into the line and Zach Tom's backing off the line, you're just asking for ETs, for the end to just come pick the guard and pretty much free, right? He can pick the guard easy and then the tackle loops around and Zach Tom is trying to hold off the end while the guard recovers. And then it becomes a little bit of a nightmare. That was what TJ and I had to work through when we first started playing together, is how we figured that out. But with that said, if Jordan Morgan is struggling with the anchor part of this, right? And I don't know if he is, but I mean,
it doesn't count until you say it. Just so you know.
Yeah,
as a listener to this show, how about this? As a listener to this show, anything about the offensive line, I don't really care what Homer says. I want to hear it from you.
Yeah, well,
I listen to this show on a regular basis.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't know if that's the biggest thing he's working through in his transition right from the college game to the pro game. I mean, it is a tough transition because you're taking on guys that are very fast and can turn that speed into power like instantly and like rock you. They can absolutely just rock you and you have to be able to recover real quick. Like I've always told you, like Clay was so good at it. Clay was able to take you into speed and think it was speed and then just turn it right into power and just jolt you. And you'd have to be able to recover on that really quick before he went into another move. And if you don't have the anchor to take on that first initial blow that the DN gives you, your body's all over the place. And if that DN feels that he's got you off balance, well, he's taking you for a ride all the way to the quarterback. So it's a matter of trying to find that place as a tackle that like you're comfortable with your anchor. And listen, it may take time, right? I mean, he's working through that, and he didn't get to do it last year because he, was in and out of guard, and then he got hurt, and now here he is again. He played guard a little bit in camp. Now he's out of tackle. So I'm not going to judge him based off. I don't even know because like I haven't watched anything. Now once we get going in the preseason, he gets reps. Well, let's see. I know it's not going against the top ends, but still got to be able to take care of business.
Yeah, I look forward to that analysis.
Yeah,
I just want you to know there is no analysis about who's going to be the starting left tackle. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's Rashid. I mean, it is, and it's not because I think any which way about Jordan Morgan. I just know Rashid is like battle tested, right? Like he's done this and he has the starts under his belt. And I don't think and most likely, I know this, he's probably not having a bad camp. He's probably having a good camp. And I get he's going through a little injury thing right now. I don't know exactly what it is.
And I would, it's not the same degree. It's probably his last year left tackle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably his last year here. So, like, and he's fighting for a contract elsewhere, right? Like,
I wonder how much. All right, Bryan Bulaga. Now you can be his agent. How much less would you take to be Because if I'm Regina, I'm kind of thinking, they might move, but how much less would you take to be the starting left tackle next year, or feel like you have a pretty good chance? I guess if they don't guarantee you any of your contract, it doesn't matter what they're paying you. They could cut you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I would want a guarantee, but
yeah, you got to get something. It's just like where the left tackle market is right now. Obviously, the highest paid is like 28.6 or something like that. That's where the highest paid guys. Obviously, I don't.
So if
Rasheed's
they
not there. Those are the
guaranteed
guys
him 10 next year, would you
over
stay?
how many years? I mean,
No,
how many
just
years?
1 year. I only get 1 year, but come on, let's not.
Oh, like a 1 year extension for like 10 million, and
Yeah.
then, I don't know. No, I think he'd probably need a little more than that starting
All right.
left tackle and the way he's played.
Okay.
And the way he's played, I
But
think.
then
I
he's
think
got to
worth more.
believe that he'll get a starting left tackle somewhere else.
Correct. Yes, he's gambling on himself, and I always love when guys gamble on themselves, right? Like I think it's great. You should gamble on yourself. That's why you should trust yourself, right? If you believe something and you believe that you're this type of player and you think you can play at a high level and earn yourself X amount of dollars, gamble on it. Do it. I love it. Like, I think it's great. I think it's good.
Wait a minute. I'm going to only gamble to a degree. Like, I don't know.
Well, that's saying that the team doesn't offer him a Zach Tom type of contract, which is not going to happen.
Right, but I'm saying I think the offers are so pathetic that I'm not really gambling on myself. They're just throwing crumbs. And I'm not gambling on myself, but I'm not going to take crumbs because
No. But I mean, I was in the case of you saying they offered him 10 million guaranteed.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. In that case, I would go gamble on myself then.
Okay.
I would say I'm going to.
At what point, knowing the top one's one, at what point would you not feel the need to gamble?
I mean, they start offering the
12?
top is at 12 to 15. You probably should start considering that at a guaranteed rate, right? Like I think for a 1 year, I think you got to consider that for sure. Like, and then play good again for 1 more year.
Yeah.
And test it again, right? Like, I think that's certainly something to think about. I mean, it's a good amount of money and guaranteed. So like, it's something to consider. Obviously, we don't know if he'll be put in that position.
I mean, I'm not leaving my job because they're not paying me enough, and I'm going to gamble on my talent to go work in New York City. Because you know what? I'm going to lose that gamble. You also have to be honest to, and I don't have this answer, but honest to, what are my chances of being a starting left tackle somewhere else in the league if the Packers don't give me enough? That's an answer you could make. That's the.
I mean, I think there's probably. I mean, you look around the league. There's at least 10 teams, 12 teams that would like his services right now.
And I've never had this chance, but I'm a guaranteed guy. The guaranteed money that's the most important thing. So if I get a bigger guarantee, and I'm counting on 2 years or whatever, I'm okay with that because the more they guarantee, the more they're invested in me. I think it was Tony Romo talking about an interaction he had when he was a quarterback with Parcells and the Cowboys. He said, "What you're offering me isn't going to make you want to play me. You got to offer me enough so that I know that you're invested, that you will play me." And Jerry Jones says, "Good point. Give him the contract." Right?
Yeah.
There's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I mean, at some point too, as a player, you got to feel like the team feels that, like, all right, we've paid him this amount of money. He's got to go out there.
Right.
Like he's our guy. Like we've invested into him. We trust him. We need him, and that's
yeah.
All
right, now to the Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. I say 105% chance. That was just for Jason Wilde because he says nothing should be more than 99%. that Rasheed Walker is the starting left tackle for the Packers. Agree or disagree? Right now, 66% agree. The question now is, does Bryan Bulaga, how does he vote? Discount Liquor Twitter poll question. I say there's a 105% chance that Rasheed Walker is the starting left tackle for the Packers this season. Agree or disagree, Bryan Bulaga?
I mean, 105. I mean, I just hate 105.
Then disagree. That's fine.
I mean,
hey,
I
how
think
about this one? Hold on. My next one. 105% chance that Jordan Love is the starting quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. How you voting on that? You voting yes?
Yes. I'm voting yes.
All right, yes.
Voting yes.
And you're voting no on this. I went too high. I'm okay with that. I get that.
I mean, I'll just say like how I feel about the competition and how I feel about how Sheed is. I mean, I'm up way upper 90s.
All right. 105 is too high, says the doctor of football, Bryan Bulaga. Third quarter next, but Wisconsin sports fans, it's almost that time of year again. Football season around the corner. On August the 20th, the fantasy football draft is back as ESPN Wisconsin takes over the Potawatomi Sportsbook for another exclusive event. I got to ask Bryan if he or a family member wants to make the picks for my team. Call to join the ESPN Wisconsin Fantasy League and go head-to-head with me as you draft your championship team. I think I lost in my league. I think I lost in the championship last year. Someone can remember. But if you or somebody in your family would like to make my picks, then they can do so. We're taking free food, great prizes, or we're talking great food, free prizes, and the full VIP experience, all for fans 21 and up. Caller 10, caller 11, both will be the winners to win a spot in the Fantasy Football League. Are they in my league or are they just any team?
They're in your league.
Oh, really?
Correct, yes.
Oh.
We are drafting people for your league this week.
All right, so we don't have a name yet, do we?
That's the Homer Hour League.
Well, unless Bulaga or a relative wants to make my picks, then it would be the Bryan Bulaga Homer Hour. Can we have that?
I'm not sure that I know anyone. I'm not making your picks. I'm not a big fantasy guy.
Okay, then anybody in your family that would want to do it, all they have to do is be listening on the phone, and then when they see who's been picked, if nobody wants to do it, but ask them. Maybe they would.
All right, I'll ask.
All right.
I'll ask.
Nothing have you ever responded to with less enthusiasm than, yeah, I'll ask. Would you ask if somebody would like to mow my lawn every week for the rest of my life? Sure, I'll ask. Yeah, I'll ask. Next.
The Homer Hour is back after this on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
We've still got some backups along 794 southbound, south of the Hone Bridge, right about just past Oklahoma Avenue. We have the right lane blocked with a crash. Apparently it was a pretty hefty crash there earlier today, so watch out for that. We've also got southbound on 43 backing up from Capitol Drive all the way down through the Marquette to the KK River crossing. Northbound slow from Fond du Lac Avenue up to about Locust. And eastbound 94, watch for delays from the county line all the way through the zoo, back on the brakes from 84th Street to about 35th. Traffic is brought to you by Comfort Awnings. Extend your outdoor space with a retractable awning or screen like I did with my friends at Comfort Awnings. Custom designed to fit your home. Get your free estimate at comfortawnings.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Tonight, lingering smoke, partly cloudy skies, low of 66 at the lake, 60 inland. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, warmer, and more humid, a high of 80. Weather is brought to you by Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin's Road America. The next race is August 15th through the 17th. Get your tickets today and check out the full season schedule at roadamerica.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Modernizing business technology is critical for a positive impact on efficiency and reducing operating costs. That's exactly what Tri-City National Bank found out when they called on James Imaging Systems. Listen to Bank CIO Robert Bryan.
We also went through a large retooling of our print environment, changing from where we had almost 200 printers.
All the way down to just 97 printers. That's managed print services from James Imaging Systems, a 100% locally owned and managed Wisconsin business technology company.
So being able to work with a local company like James that has that flexibility flexibility with their staff and being able to deliver for us has given us the ability to make the right decisions for our organization.
Robert, would you recommend managed print services from James Imaging Systems?
Yes, in a heartbeat, I would recommend James.
Learn more at jamesimaging.com. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Faith and Bigora, lads and lassies. Irish Fest is almost here. One of the great Milwaukee summer festivals. And we'd like to send you there. Compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. Purchase any one 18-pack of Miller Lite, Draft, or 64, or Coors Light, and receive one free ticket to Irish Fest. But don't delay. Tickets go quickly, and I know you don't want to miss all the great Irish food and beverages. Visit us today at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and on Barstow in Maine in downtown Waukesha. Discount Liquor, voted best liquor store in Milwaukee again. See us this week for your free Irish Fest ticket.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor.
Check out all of our weekly specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Avondale Roofing is knocking on your door. Leaking roof? Man, that's a shame. Call the real pros. We running this game. We patch it, thatch it, no need to stress. Our crew shows up and cleans up the mess. No drips, no drafts, no drama at all. Just tight new shingles, then a leak-proof hall. Hey.
It's nothing but Avondale, baby. They keep it dry when the weather gets crazy. Hey.
Visit AvondaleRoofing.com. That is AvondaleRoofing.com.
You're listening to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yes, the fantasy football draft back at ESPN Wisconsin. It'll be at Potawatomi Sportsbook. Again, August the 20th. You can join the Homer Hour Fantasy Football League because I don't have much confidence at all in Bryan Bulaga, a family member, wanting to do it. So it is now, until further notice, the Homer Hour Fantasy Football League. We got the necessary caller number 10, but we didn't get caller 11. So we will now do caller number 4. Caller number 4, 1-800-990-3776. You will get a spot in the Homer Hour Fantasy Football League. And that, again, the event is August the 20th. You got to be able to make it there. Otherwise, don't call, because what's the point? To be in the league, you got to be able to be there for the fantasy football draft at Potawatomi Sportsbook, August the 20th. Caller 4, 1-800-990-3776. Discussing the offensive line, I don't know, do you get tape from the family night, or do you just watch what was on TV? And that's all. I just saw it for a little bit on TV, and then they highlighted some things because they wanted me to believe that Van Ness was, he's looking good.
Yeah, I didn't even get the TV copy, to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, that's a local thing. So
It's got to be somewhere. I don't. You go to YouTube. I think can't you get everything on YouTube? Somebody makes a copy or something. I don't know. Help out Bryan Bulaga if he wants the highlights. He doesn't need the fireworks or all the other stuff that goes on.
Yeah, I don't need all that. No. I'm good with the post game.
Now, the other thing is I wanted your history, even though you hate family night because you got hurt. Omar Brown had 3 interceptions. I think that's about as important as finding a pair of socks that fit in terms of him making the team. But do you have any memory of a family night performance by someone being of any importance whatsoever where it changed because of what was done?
I don't recall like a guy's stock skyrocketing, and like for sure he's making the team now because he did well at family night. Especially when the preseason games were coming up, right? Like you're about to go and play real games, and you're going to get to see them against other guys. So like and they got the joint practices, so there's so many more reps to evaluate against opposing teams than the 3 picks. Now, obviously, good job for that young man. 3 picks. It's a nice night, nice family night in front of the fans. That's really good.
His final year at Nebraska, he had 1 interception.
Yeah.
I mean, his final year in Nebraska, he basically created almost 0 turnovers. So,
well, he created 3 last night, or Sunday night, or whenever it was. I don't even know when it was.
Saturday night.
Saturday night. Yeah, I have no idea.
Whenever I look, when go home, man, this is on TV, and then I very early caught Van Ness and Kevin Harlan was talking a little bit. But anyway, you want to see. We'll see based on how much he plays and
how he does in the preseason games. Like I think that's fair, and obviously how they evaluate guys during the joint practices is a whole nother thing too, right? They're watching that tape and how they break down the reps and give guys reps. He may have earned himself more reps in practice with like say the 2s or the 1s. He might have done that for sure.
Yeah, if somebody had three interceptions in just a regular practice, family night or not, that's of note.
Yep. You're going to earn yourself more reps.
I don't think it happens very often. I don't know. I'll have to ask Jason when he's on Thursday. Give me the record, how many times a defensive back has had 3 interceptions in one practice in the history of training camp. So
yeah, I mean, I don't remember a guy having that type of night. But I think the family night overall is, again, you've said it, I've said, it's a practice. You take what you can from it. Obviously, it's out in the stadium, but like I don't think guys' stock rises and falls any more than it would based on a normal
practice.
Practice out at Nitschke. So, but it was a good night for him. And I hope, right? Like I hope that's actually something that like found another guy back there. I really hope so. I think that would be great. But again, it's hard to tell until he gets going against other opponents.
All right, now we get to another thing. We've probably discussed this before because I'm the worst. I'm the person who's against mental more than anything else. I believe, I don't know how large the percentage is. It's about talent. It's about how you play. It's like, it's mental. No, they're just not good enough. If someone performs significantly worse in a pressure situation, there is a mental thing. I will agree with that if that occurs. But 90%, I mean, and I will change this vote based on what you tell me. 90%, I want to go 105, but I can't. 90% is your ability. I mean, how many players I don't know how much you can watch them. You watch them where you say they were good enough. They just weren't, I don't know, mentally tough, or I don't know what exists or what prevents people's inability to play in the NFL. And I would say the much bigger issue than mental is health. Some people just get hurt. But I will defer to we'll take a break, and then you can set me straight on if I need to regroup on mental. And this is no different when I coach tennis. 95, and their parents would say, don't even say it, because he's going to tell you he's no good. His shot stinks. He misses it at the beginning. Like if someone has a bad, what was the phrase you used? Hold on, I wrote this down. If you're struggling with your anchor at the beginning, and then you struggle at the end, it's not mental. You got a problem with your anchor, and I think that's 90% of it, more than, you just can't handle the pressure. No, he's not good enough. But Bryan Bulaga will get the final word, so much so that I will not interrupt until he says, Homer, you can talk again. But for those of you listening, do not assume this is a future segment. I will not speak. I will intro the mental part of it, and then Bryan Bulaga has to say, Homer, you can speak again. Next.
More of the Homer Hour coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 5th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes.
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the Atlanta Braves.
And Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it. Oh, my goodness. Third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in August 5th at 6:15 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
Hey, ESPN Milwaukee fans, Bryan Bulaga here for Surfside. Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real brewed tea and real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. Look for the can with the sunset stripes, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
ESPN Radio Sports Beat with Freddie Coleman.
There's no doubt about Shohei Ohtani being that great two-way player for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And yeah, he's had his struggles here and there, but there is no doubt that he's the best player in Major League Baseball. But do the Dodgers, the Hollywood Swingers, need to put a pause on him being a two-way dude, at least for 2025? Here's why I'm saying that. Because Shohei Ohtani has that power in that organization. They're going to do what he wants them to do or what he tells them to do regarding him. But the pitching, I know he's probably good at it, but he's not great at it. And is it worth having that take away from how prodigious he's been with that stick in the line for Los Angeles Dodgers, especially when everybody else is chasing them for that number one seed, to be that top team? The Padres, they're not fooling around. The Phillies, the Mets, the Cubs, the Brewers, they all believe that the Dodgers can't get got. And if Shohei Ohtani is trying to be a two-way player and it compromises the bat that they're going to need, then maybe, just maybe, the Dodgers need to put a pin in that and take pause for the cause. In 60 seconds, this Philly needs more love.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/joy.
You're going to hear about plenty of MVP candidates, whether it's the American League or the National League. And believe me, Aaron Judge and Cal Raleigh of the Yankees and the Seattle Mariners on one side. And on the other side, more than likely, even though Shohei Ohtani has not been the Shohei we're used to seeing with the Dodgers, he could be the odds-on favorite. But there's one dude that, in my opinion, the season in right now would be the MVP of the National League. And that guy's Kyle Schwarber of the Philadelphia Phillies. Don't just look at, well, Freddie needs a bat for a higher batting average. That's not his deal. But the 37 home runs, the 86 RBIs, the fact that anytime something good is going on, he's always in the middle of that for the fighting Phils in Philadelphia. He may not be the best of the best. Hell, he may not even be the best player in his own team. Many people believe that's Bryce Harper, who has the most talent. But this year, I don't believe anybody's been more valuable to their baseball team and their success than Kyle Schwarber. If the Phillies win the NL East, he should win the MVP because Lord knows his value goes a lot more than the numbers in Philadelphia. For the ESPN Radio Sports Beat, I'm Freddie Coleman of ESPN Radio's Freddie and Harry.
Welcome back to the Homer Hour on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Yes, Bryan Bulaga will talk about mental and whether he thinks I'm mental after I tell you about Fisco. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. I tell you about them because you like them. They're that good. Then you like me, and thank you. It's a family business owned since 1931. It's not what they do, it's who they are, which means they're still doing it. It's still in the family. Imagine how long they've been doing it before they actually ever do it for you. That's why they're so good. Expert workmanship guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin. They're good. You'll thank them and then me. Fisco, to remember the name. All right. It's always been my belief. Like the Jordan Love. Oh, it's mental. He's got... No, it's way overblown. So way too much is said about it. I will change my opinion if Bryan Bulaga proves me wrong. He will speak now, and I will not speak until he says, Homer, you can talk again.
No, I'm going to agree with you. I mean, I think at the end of the day, it does always come down to talent, right? Like at the end of the day, can a guy get it done or not? Is he a good enough player to thrive in those moments? Now, there's obviously really good players that struggle with certain things at certain times, which could be, like you said, mental. And they can get over that as they, get older in the league and get some more experience. But bottom line is, like, are you good enough or not? Like, that's really like the big discussion. Like that, and that's the first thing you need to find out. Are you good enough to do the job or not? And listen, it's not everybody. We all know that people love the NFL. People watch the NFL. Players come and go. Some of their favorite players, or they think who's going to be a great player for them, or whatever it may be, or they think another guy that went to their college, went to a different school, he's going to be great, and it ends up not going well. Like that happens, right? Because it doesn't always translate, right? It doesn't always work out. And the first thing is, it's like, did you have the right stuff to cut it? Like, and that's really what it always kind of boils down to me, is if you got the right stuff. And then the mental stuff, I think that all comes after it. All right, you're good.
Yeah, I get to talk again. I realized that was hard, even though you agreed with me. ESPN National is next. The debate, and we'll maybe get into this where it comes up, is where somebody's really good in college and doesn't play to the same level in the pros. Somebody is a 5th overall pick, or because they're pretty good at judging talent, but it's clearly also hard to do. You think this person's good and they're not, and maybe they do numbers, or so we'll discuss. So they have time to think about it till Thursday.
Yep.
What would be your theory on the history of watching some who just weren't as good in the NFL as people thought they would be after a better college career? ESPN National. Can't be raining in Atlanta, is it? The Brewers are playing, right? Not that I want you to listen somewhere else, but they are smoking hot. And the Nationals are horrible. Next.
Wrapping up with an accident on southbound 43.